Hey, this is Patrick with Goodman Plumbing Services. This is the second part of a video that I started this morning on a sewer and water service that we ended up putting in today. It's kind of a bad time of day to be videoing this, but we actually managed to finish everything today, and it was quite a day. I think it's 6:45 now. Not one of our prettier jobs, I'll be honest with you. As I was telling you earlier today, we roughed this house in back in September of 2010. It was a spec house. There was no buyer for it. So this house got put on the back burner when the guy got some pre-sales. To make a long story short, we never did the sewer and water back then. I showed up here last week, and he had told me he wanted me to go ahead and trim the house out. We showed up and realized that the sewer and water had never been done. Now, this gentleman apparently has the greatest memory in the world, because he says that I told him we were going to do the sewer and water, even though this yard at the time was completely hollow. They had to backfill this yard. He told me that I told him I would do the sewer and water then because it would be easier because it wasn't backfilled. What I'm showing you right now is a driveway that I bored under today. Never done that before. Anyway, I'm just showing you this as I narrate it. To make a long story short, he put in his driveway and a sidewalk with no sewer and water in his damn yard. Then said that it was all my idea. Now, this was a conversation that somehow took place last September. He remembers it verbatim. And amazingly, he always remembers everything verbatim. And somehow it always ends up so the money is always on his side. Anyway, to make a long story short, after an extra $300 spent going and getting a huge compressor in Durham and getting a 3-inch, 6-foot-long, 70-pound metal bore, I am the proud owner of a completed sewer and water. The 2 pipes that you see there, I was nice enough to also... the reason we had to do this was because his concrete guy also forgot to put in a chase for the irrigation company. And of course the builder thought I could use that chase. Well, there was none there. So basically added about 4 hours to the job by the time we found a company with a bore big enough. And so this is our completed sewer and water. Down here in North Carolina, you only have to bury the pipe 12 inches in the ground because the frost line is pretty much negligible. I think it's 3 feet up in Illinois where I'm from. Hopefully when we move to Florida, it's just going to be very nice, because one thing I've discovered in Florida is that they even have their water treatment equipment out in the yard. Like, they'll put it on the side of the house with plumbing pipes exposed to the elements and everything, because obviously it may get cold, may snow once in a blue moon in Florida, and a freak of nature, but it's never going to freeze. Anyway, one of the things I did want to show you was the quality work you get here in North Carolina. This is a sidewalk that we also had to dig under. That is a huge slab of concrete that they tore out of the sidewalk when they built this house. There was already an existing sidewalk. This is another slab of concrete. The jackass that backfilled this lot. This is what I love about construction. This builder will ride my ass on every little detail. It's got to be perfect. And yet, these people are paying, $400,000, $500,000 for a house like this, and their yard is made up of the trash of every single project out here. It's just ridiculous. And imagine our surprise when the two little helpers I had working with me today, and my dad found these blocks. I was gone getting this the piece of equipment. What you can't see is under this pile here, there are 2 or 3 more just like that. And, you know, we're supposed to grow grass in this yard. You know, there's a reason that people down here spend just tons of money on their yards. And for those of you who don't know, it's Raleigh, North Carolina. So anyway, what should have been a fairly easy yard, fairly easy sewer, was not, because we had to work with a sidewalk and a driveway, and we still managed to get it done in one day and get the test on this house. And so that was my day today. But people think plumbing is so easy. People think, you know, anybody could do it. You know, just got to be a retard. It's not really a skilled job. And you know, the great thing about plumbing is no Americans want to do it. Just Mexicans, just Hispanics want to do it. I don't know about you, but I like plumbing. I enjoy my job when I actually make money at it. But you know, it's nice. I mean, the funny thing is, I started out with my company. The first year in business, I made $92,000. By, let's see, 2009, I had 7 employees and we were running real good. And the funny thing was, that's when I decided in like 2007 to get into the new housing game. I decided to hire all these employees and we were really going to, you know, crank things up. I got trucks and this and that and the other. That year I ended up making $45,000. So now you wonder why I'm back down to just part-timers and me and my dad. And, you know, we're profitable again. The new housing industry I thought at the time, my whole metric was based on volume. And I wasn't a business major, I'll tell you that right now. Anybody that went to high school with me probably always realized I was not a math whiz. But after being in business for a while, you realize real quick that competing on price is basically, you know, it's just it's a race to the bottom. And I got that quote from, I actually read a magazine called Inc. magazine now, and I got that quote from the guy who owns 37 Signals. They do some software I use called Basecamp, project management software. But anyway, this has been a long post, long video, probably all bored silly, but it's kind of days like this. Let's see, I got the piece of equipment at 7:30, and it's now 7:30, and now I'm going to go to the gym. And then when I get home tonight, I'm going to do some estimates, do some billings, things of that nature. And sometimes I just wonder, you know, why I got into all this, you know. But at least I can say I do have a lot of work. I am busy and I am profitable now that we're not competing on price anymore. Now we charge what we charge. If we get the work, we get the work, and things are going along nicely. So as we shift more into doing just service and remodels and doing no new houses, I think that's even going to become more so. But I will say it is, oh, there's a plane flying out of RDU. I will say it is a beautiful day in North Carolina. I think it was like 92 today, and it was hot and it was tough, and yeah, digging for all that time is tough, but you know what? Overall, it's a pretty good day. So I'll just end it on a positive note. Anyway, y'all, this is Patrick Goodman, GPS, signing out. Talk to you later. Bye.